The parts of the brain responsible for the psychedelic-induced sensory modulation is the Locus Arelius and the Raphe Nuclei, as well maybe the VTA. Sensory enhancement is going to be caused by these because these are where sensory modulation happens. The sensory enhancement is due to the receptors meeting up with the LSD or the DMT, the mushrooms, whichever psychedelic you take at the serotonin 5-HT2A receptor. The functional connectivity is increased through the visual cortex in respect to the rest of the brain, which makes the hypothesis that it's not just random firing, it's actually useful in allowing the visual cortex to process correctly. Shamans called these chemicals plant healers, spirit guides. They said it helped them see and heal energy in people. They could see where the person's energy was diseased. They could go in and remove the energy field block, however we want to interpret this symbolism. Because we don't know the actual truth yet, but we still want to focus on what they're symbolically trying to say. So Alex Gray's art shows something similar as well. So all of the ether and fields are Magneto-Dielectric in nature. The eyes see due to magnetism, simplified. That's a simplified explanation, but maybe the chemicals are enough to cause the receptors and the eyes, or whichever chemicals are responsible for seeing, or whichever cells are responsible for seeing it. The chemical can allow the cells to modulate, to allow them to tune into other parts of the visual field. It's not far-fetched considering that the eyes evolved to tune into particular parts of this visual spectrum in the first place, and then to say that as a living instrument we can be tuned to any degree outside of the normal range of spectrum or threshold is not, it's not scientifically far-fetched, it's not unrealistic. And so Alex Gray is the last part of this. He shows the Magneto-Dielectric in all of his art. We have the dielectric inertia plane. Now this looks like a magnetic flux system. This looks like what we would call flux lines, or like a magnetic field. That's layman's terms, but the real scientific physics terminology is it's going to be field geometry, and this is the dielectric inertia plane, and this is the magnetic repulsion. Now his art is what the DMT seems to be doing to stimulate the allowance for just some kind of symbolic experience to show you what's happening in the universe, right? Like if you're in this field right here, in this DMT experience, then what is your brain potentially thinking? Symbolically, this is what the universe is constructed by, even life. That's what I get out of this. That's what I think it's trying to say. The counter hypothesis is again that this is just random phenomena due to unknown or abnormal electrical firing in the brain, which that isn't much of a scientific hypothesis either. It's not like that has been tested and proven true either. So, yeah, I'll have more as I come up with more.